Have you ever considered how deeply parental actions can shape a child's future? This question isn't just rhetorical. It's a profound exploration into the psyche of every individual and the society they contribute to. When we talk about parental mistreatment, we're not only referring to physical harm, we're delving into emotional, psychological, and sometimes even spiritual spaces that can be violated. This mistreatment can manifest in various ways, such as constant criticism, neglect, or even a lack of warm, nurturing love. These actions, or lack thereof, can have long-lasting effects that extend far beyond childhood, often shaping the very core of a person's identity. Consider for a moment the concept of self-esteem. It's a fundamental attribute, yet it's surprisingly fragile. When a child is constantly criticized or made to feel less than, their self-esteem can be severely damaged. This can lead to self-destructive behaviors and limit their social skills, making it harder for them to form healthy relationships later in life. Another significant impact of parental mistreatment is the creation of what's known as generational curses. These are destructive patterns of behavior or habits that are passed down from one generation to the next. For instance, a child who grows up in an abusive environment may unfortunately become an abusive parent themselves, perpetuating the cycle of harm. This isn't to say that these curses are inescapable or that therapy is futile. On the contrary, recognizing these patterns is the first step towards breaking them. However, it's important to acknowledge that the road to recovery can be long and challenging, and sometimes, the scars of the past can never be fully erased. This is more than just a discussion about parenting, it's a conversation about the future of our society. It's about understanding the profound impact our actions can have on those around us, and recognizing our responsibility to nurture and protect the most vulnerable among us. Because when we do, we're not just shaping individual lives, we're shaping the world. To understand the depth of this issue, we delve into the lives of individuals affected by parental mistreatment. Consider the story of Jane. Raised in a household where her voice was silenced and her feelings were invalidated, Jane grew up feeling invisible. Her parents dismissed her emotions, making her believe that the hurt she was experiencing was all in her head. As Jane moved into adulthood, she struggled with self-esteem and had difficulty forming healthy relationships. The emotional damage inflicted in her childhood planted seeds of self-destruction that took root in her adult life. Let's move to another example, Mark. Mark's parents were overly critical and never satisfied with his efforts, no matter how hard he tried. This constant disapproval and lack of affection led Mark to develop a deep sense of worthlessness. He began to engage in risky behaviors in a desperate bid for acceptance. The societal pressures that reinforced his parents' unrealistic expectations only amplified his self-destructive tendencies. Now let's talk about Lisa. Lisa's family was broken, with unresolved issues left to fester over the years. As a child, she was caught in the middle of her parents' battles, a silent witness to their unending conflict. This hostile environment bred a cycle of negativity that Lisa carried into her own family. Despite seeking therapy, she found it challenging to break free from the generational curses that were deeply ingrained in her psyche. And then there's John. John's parents were always absent, physically and emotionally. This neglect left him feeling unloved and unworthy of affection. As he grew older, John found it hard to trust others and form meaningful connections. He felt a constant emptiness, a void that he tried to fill with temporary pleasures, leading him down a path of substance abuse. These stories, though anonymized, are real. They're not isolated incidents but represent the experiences of countless individuals around the world. Each tale is a testament to the profound and lasting impact of parental mistreatment. In each case, the victims were left with emotional scars that affected their self-perception, their relationships, and their ability to lead fulfilling lives. It's crucial to understand that these aren't stories of blame. Rather, they serve as a stark reminder of the responsibility that comes with parenting. They emphasize the importance of love, kindness, and understanding in shaping a child's future. They underline the need for societal change, for a shift in attitudes that places a higher value on emotional well-being. These stories also shine a light on the resilience of the human spirit. Despite their struggles, Jane, Mark, Lisa, and John are fighters. They're survivors navigating their way through the challenges life has thrown at them. Their stories aren't just about the damage done, but also about the healing that's possible, the potential for growth, and the hope for a better future. These stories are a testament to the lasting impact of parental actions. Society plays a significant role in shaping parenting styles and family dynamics. This statement isn't just a hypothesis but a proven fact. The societal pressures that surround us can inadvertently lead to harmful parenting practices, with societal norms and expectations contributing to a cycle of mistreatment. Let's take a moment to unpack this. Imagine a society that values achievement above all else, where success is measured by material wealth, academic excellence, or social status. Parents living in such a society may feel pressured to push their children to excel, sometimes at the cost of their mental and emotional well-being. This pressure can manifest as harsh criticism, excessive control, or even neglect, where parents are too focused on their own pursuit of societal standards that they fail to provide the care and attention their child needs. Similarly, society's expectations can also create a toxic environment within families. If a society devalues emotions, viewing them as a sign of weakness, parents may suppress their children's emotional expression, leading to emotional neglect. Or consider a society that rigidly defines gender roles. Parents adhering to these norms might limit their children's freedom to express their true selves, leading to feelings of rejection and low self-esteem. These societal norms and expectations can create a cycle of mistreatment that passes from one generation to the next. Parents, having been raised under these conditions, may unconsciously adopt the same harmful practices with their own children, perpetuating the cycle. So, what can we do to break this cycle? It starts with awareness. We need to acknowledge the role society plays in shaping our parenting styles and family dynamics, and we need to challenge those societal norms that contribute to mistreatment. We need to foster a society that values emotional intelligence as much as academic intelligence, one that embraces diversity and encourages authenticity. Changing societal norms is essential to breaking these cycles of mistreatment. It's not an easy task, but it's a necessary one, if we want to create a future where every child is nurtured and loved, and where every parent feels supported and empowered. Love and kindness can be transformative forces in a child's life. And why is that? Because love and kindness are the very essence of humanity. They are the antidotes to pain, the balm for wounds, and the pillars that can hold up a fractured world. When we think about parenting, we often envision a role that requires discipline, guidance, and perhaps a bit of sternness. But parenting is so much more than that. It's a journey filled with compassion, patience, and yes, an abundance of love and kindness. The thing about love is that it's not just a feeling. It's a commitment, a promise to be there for someone, to care for them, to guide them, and to hold their hand when they stumble. When a child experiences love, they don't just feel cherished, they feel seen, they feel important, they feel safe. Kindness, on the other hand, is love in action. It's the gentle word, the comforting hug, the patient explanation. It's the act of understanding and validating a child's feelings rather than dismissing them. It's the effort to make a child feel valued, respected, and heard. Together, love and kindness create an environment where a child can grow, flourish, and heal. They counteract the impacts of mistreatment, replacing pain with warmth, fear with safety, and doubt with confidence. This is not to say that love and kindness can magically erase the past, but they can certainly change a child's trajectory. They can alter the narrative from one of pain to one of resilience. They can replace the shadows of a troubled past with the bright promise of a better future. Think of it like planting a seed. A seed needs fertile soil, water, and sun to grow. Similarly, a child needs love, kindness, and understanding to thrive. Without these, the seed withers, just as a child can wither under the weight of mistreatment and neglect. But when we shower a child with love and kindness, we are providing them with the nourishment they need to grow into their best selves. We are giving them the tools to navigate life, to build strong relationships, to face challenges with resilience. We are empowering them to break free from the chains of their past and to create their own path forward. So when we talk about the power of love and kindness, we are not just talking about nice sentiments. We are talking about life-changing, world-shaping forces. We are talking about the most potent tools we have to counteract the effects of mistreatment and change a child's trajectory. The power of love and kindness should never be underestimated. For in these simple acts of humanity, we find the potential to transform lives, to heal wounds, and to create a world where every child can thrive. A listening ear can be a lifeline for those affected by parental mistreatment. This statement carries more weight than we often realize. Listening, genuine active listening, can be the balm that soothes the wounds inflicted by mistreatment. Listening is more than just hearing words. It's about understanding, empathy, and validation. When a child who has been mistreated is listened to, they are essentially being told that their feelings matter, that their experiences are real, and that they are not alone. Active listening is a skill that requires practice. It's about being fully present, not just physically but emotionally and mentally too. It's about putting aside your own thoughts and judgments and focusing solely on the person speaking. It's about responding in a way that shows you understand and that you care. Children who have been mistreated often feel unheard, invalidated, and isolated. But when they are listened to, these feelings can start to dissipate. They start to feel seen, understood, and valued. They start to realize that what they experienced was not their fault, and that it's okay to feel the way they do. And this can do wonders for their self-esteem and self-worth. Listening also helps the healing process. When children are given the space to express their emotions and experiences, they start to process what they've been through. They start to make sense of it all. And this can be incredibly therapeutic. It can help them come to terms with their past and start to envision a better future. But perhaps most importantly, listening gives these children a voice. It empowers them. It tells them that they have a say in their own lives, that they can stand up for themselves, and that they are not powerless. So let's be those listening ears for these children. Let's give them a platform to speak, to express, and to heal. Let's show them that we care, that we're here for them, and that they matter. Because they do. They really, really do. Listening can indeed be the first step towards healing. Breaking the cycle of parental mistreatment requires collective action. It's not a task for one individual, one family, or one community. It's a challenge for all of humanity. The first step towards a solution is increasing awareness. Many people are oblivious to the fact that their actions or words can cause lasting damage to their children. We need to unveil the harsh realities of parental mistreatment and its devastating impacts. It's high time we expose the ugliness often hidden behind closed doors. Then comes education, not the kind that's confined to classrooms and textbooks, but life education. We're talking about parenting classes, workshops, and seminars. Parents need to learn how to communicate with their children effectively, how to express their love, how to set boundaries, and how to discipline without resorting to harsh punishment. Education also extends to children, teaching them about their rights, and that it's okay to speak up when they feel mistreated. Support systems are equally crucial. Often parents who mistreat their children were victims themselves. They're trapped in a vicious cycle they know not how to break. That's where professional help comes into play. Therapists, counselors, and support groups can provide the guidance they need to overcome their past and break the cycle of abuse. But none of this will be enough if we don't address the societal pressures that often contribute to parental mistreatment. We live in a world that's quick to judge and slow to understand. Society needs to stop imposing unrealistic expectations on parents and children alike. We need to foster a culture that values mental health and emotional well-being as much as physical health and academic achievements. As we strive for these changes, let's not forget the core values that make us human: love, kindness, and understanding. They are the fundamental building blocks of healthy parenting. Love is not just about providing for your children's material needs. It's about being there for them emotionally, supporting them, and accepting them for who they are. Kindness is about treating your children with respect and dignity, even when they make mistakes. It's about teaching them empathy and compassion through your actions. Understanding is about listening to your children, acknowledging their feelings, and validating their experiences. It's about creating a safe space for them to express their fears, hopes, and dreams without fear of judgment or ridicule. In the end, it all comes down to care. Genuine, selfless care. Remember, the scars of emotional damage run deep, and the people who bear them need our care the most. Together we can shape a future where every child is nurtured with love and kindness. A future where every parent understands the power of their words and actions. A future where every child grows up in a nurturing, supportive environment that allows them to thrive. Let's make this future a reality. Let's break the cycle once and for all.